Hello YouTubers and welcome to another Doctor Who review. Today I'm going to be looking at the 8th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver from Wave 3 of Character Options Sonic Screwdrivers. But this is the repackaged version in the packaging featuring the new style guide that's being used on the 3 3/4 inch figures, the Series 8 style guide. So, I haven't reviewed a Sonic Screwdriver way since the 4th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, back when it was £25 and exclusive to Forbidden Planet. So I'm really out of the loop. I haven't bought any of the Sonic Screwdrivers since, but I bought this one for cosplay reasons, and I thought, well, while I've got it, why not review it? It is quite different in some respects to the previous Sonic Screwdrivers that we've seen, and I will compare and contrast those in a moment. But in terms of detail, we have all the standard stuff. So we have the Sonic Emitter at the end with a much larger bullet. And all of this section to about here is all very much the same standard stuff that we've seen on the previous Sonic Screwdrivers, the main rod, the main column, whatever you want to call it. But where things get different is down here at the base. So unlike the 3rd, 4th and 5th Doctor Sonic Screwdrivers, we get this band going around here, which has been sculpted in. So this is a whole new piece. This bit seems to be reused from the previous Sonic Screwdrivers, or at least retooled into a new mould with this new section. So we've got this new bit here. All this section here is also new. So these ridges are different compared to those previous Sonic Screwdrivers. And we also have this flat base with different sound holes in the bottom. But on the previous versions, it was just the small little dots. Here we've got the long ridges. So if we just compare the two, you can see that this is the 4th Doctor's one. The base is now curved on this version. And of course, you've got this split down here and all of this additional detail going across the back. So interesting. I was never really aware of how different the 8th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver was to the other classic screwdrivers. And if we take a look at the emitters on the end, here the bullet is very large, much larger than on the 4th Doctor's and the 3rd Doctor's, and gone is this piece at the back, the little magnet piece that the Doctor would use from time to time. So it is quite different. Also, this piece here, this little nubbin, black on this bit, only silver here. But we still get all of the smaller details, such as the little screw heads here, which you can see have even got almost like the threads of the screws sculpted on the inside. There's like a small indentation there, and also the back of the bullet has a small indentation around there. The inside of this, which is still rubbery, as per the other Sonic Screwdrivers, doesn't seem to have been painted silver all the way around on the inside, or if it has, it's very, very light. It does just look red to me. It isn't too much of a problem, but you would have thought they could have at least painted it all silver. And again, here with these screws, they're not entirely painted silver in places. Some of the sides seem to have just missed the spray of the paint application. So now let's take a look at how the mechanism works. Well, all the previous classic Sonic Screwdrivers, you just pull down on the collar. Well, this is solid. There are no splits or anything, even though you can see the nubbin here, which is exactly the same as on the previous ones. It's just been painted silver. It is covered, so you can only see so much of it, and it is impossible to get to. So none of this retracts like that. Instead, we have this button on the front or the back, depending on how you want to use it. We also still have that rather unsightly battery compartment bit at the front, but never mind. So instead, the sounds work as so. So those two sounds were previously used on the 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. The lower pitched one is actually kind of a classic series sound. It is used in the classic series, but gone is the sort of new series warbly sound that you'd seen on other ones, like the 10th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver that had a sort of like a warbly version. That's gone. So the two sounds are kind of classic series sounds. Now, there's also two additional sound effects. So this is activated by pressing the button a few extra times. Again, very much like the 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, early models of that had this feature. So if I just go and see what we get first. So you've got that sort of stuttery, quivery Sonic Screwdriver sound. And then the other sound quite different, but that is actually the sound used in the TV movie when the 7th Doctor locks the casket where the Master's remains are kept. Now, how is the best way to use this? Well, I guess you could do it that way, because at least that makes it look more like you're doing it inconspicuously. But I'm pretty sure the 8th Doctor holds it this way a lot, or at least Paul McGann did hold it this way in the most recent Night of the Doctor photo shoots. So either way works well, but let's begin by saying, why on earth did they do that with the button? I can't understand it. Now, obviously in the TV movie, I guess the Doctor doesn't use the normal slide-down collar? I don't know. It's used so briefly that it's hard to say. I can't understand why they went for the button. I think it's a bit unsightly. Personally, I'd have rather they'd have gone for that. Even if it wasn't accurate, I would have rather they have gone for that. Now, really, the 8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver should collapse. It's telescopic, and I think about here that it should slide into the base of the sonic screwdriver. Now, I'm guessing the reason why they couldn't do that is because of all the electronics. That probably didn't help matters. But I think that they really should have just kept the collar movement if they couldn't do that. Because although it isn't the same, it's similar enough. And I think that the collar movement is just something that we come to expect from classic series sonic screwdrivers. Even if it didn't actually work that way in the TV movie, I don't think anyone would have gone, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that. They should have done a button. I just think the button's a bit weird. So overall, it's okay. Not bad for a tenner. Personally, you can't beat this. Now, I do know that there is a version of the 4th Doctor's sonic screwdriver that has been released with the classic sounds, but I can't remember which wave it is. It's probably wave 2 or something like that. And I'm sure there's some wave 2 versions that did have these new series sounds, which obviously I don't really want to risk buying it again and getting the wrong noises. So it would have been nice if we'd have had more traditional classic series sounds, maybe the mine detector sound from the Sea Devils, or, you know, anything. There are a few different sounds that they could have added here. So it's a shame that we're getting the same standard sound effects that we've seen on previous sonic screwdrivers, especially from the new series. But at least we have something that is actually from the TV movie. So overall, yeah, it's okay if you're after a little cosplay item and you want it to play around with. This is a good buy. Personally, I think you'd be better off getting this, but obviously if you want to be the 8th Doctor and you want to look the part, then you're going to get this one. But if you're just after a classic sonic screwdriver toy that you want to have fun with, then my opinion is go for the 4th Doctor's, because not only does it look very nice and snazzy, and you've got all this nice detail at the bottom, you've got that proper, you've got that motion. It just feels like that's how a sonic screwdriver should work. So thank you for watching this review, guys. I'm not sure if I'll review any more sonic screwdrivers in the future. The 5th Doctor's sonic screwdriver is just so similar to the 4th Doctor's, just a different colour and the sounds are wrong. I'm not sure if I'd even bother getting that one, but I wanted to get the 8th Doctor's one because it is different. You know, the end is different, this whole section is different, and the sounds are slightly different as well. So thanks for watching this review, guys, and I'll see you for another Doctor Who review. Thanks for watching!